I once ignored my boyfriend for a number of hours, all because of a Starbucks cake. So if you can relate, please click on this episode and find out more. But perhaps, if you've had any fights with your significant other or your partner, maybe you want to hear about our stories, and maybe you guys just want to take it from us. Do-do-do-do, 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 bam, bam, bam.
Pow, pow, pow,
Bam,
pow,
bam,
pow.
bam.
Pow, pow, pow.
Okay, producer.
Okay. Okay. Tell me
Shucks.
more about what this fight is with the Starbucks cake. What
Yes,
Starbucks
yes.
case?
Okay. Cake.
Cake.
Yeah.
Starbucks cake.
Yeah.
And your fault.
Yeah. 100%.
Tell me more.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Okay, wait. First, I must disclaim saying that we genuinely don't fight that much. Like, I know
Okay.
couples who fight very often, or like
Okay.
almost daily.
Okay.
But I'm saying like proper, like solid, proper fights. Like, no, we don't really do that. At most, it's just banter or like a little. I won't even call it tiffs. It's just like we're like happy, angry at each other. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Okay.
we're like joking and we that sort of thing. But yeah, so when we fight, it can be quite something. Just because it doesn't happen often. So it's like when we do, we get like at each other. We're like, put this emoji here, the red angry face emoji here. So then, okay. So this happened actually, I think, super early on in our relationship.
Oh.
Like less than 1 year in. Okay, this is actually a two-parter. So the first part of this fight is that
Yes, I get more.
oh, stay tuned for the drama.
Okay.
The first part is that, okay, first of all, please weigh in who's correct and who's wrong. You guys can do that too, okay? It never ends. We bring it up still to this day.
I picked the wrong side and that's it. Like that's
just
it.
the end of
Tifu's
it.
over.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, the first thing was we go to the same school, so we took the bus back, and I
Yep.
think to his place or something like that. Or we were taking the bus back. And I think he was saying something. Okay, to be honest, I can't remember the context of this conversation, but we were just talking or something.
Yeah.
Then I think he said something like, "You just follow me" or something like that. That's what he
Okay.
said. Then I was like, no, I wouldn't follow you. I'm a girl boss, number
Yeah.
one. And number two, I'm an independent girl boss. So I would not follow you. Yeah, per. So
Yeah.
then
Pop
he
off.
goes, no, you would. And I go, no, I wouldn't. And I get like, we both start getting agitated. And he's like, yeah, you would. Like, like we're together, you love me. I'm like the more, basically, he said something like he's the more like stronger or like the more dominant. I can't remember what word he used. I just remember it was
Alpha?
one word. No, not, no, not that. Insert wolf emoji here. Insert cross.
Skibbity Sigma
No,
wolf.
please. And then I was like, no. So then me being me, a fierce ass girl boss, okay,
Yep.
I was like, I'm not standing on this. I'm standing on business. So I went, no, I'll literally get off this bus right now. It's like on the way to his house, okay. So he goes, like, why would you do that? And then he was
To
like,
prove
yeah,
a
I was like,
point.
I'm going to prove a point. I'm going to take the
Yeah.
bus home to my house and spend time with myself.
As you should.
Exactly, because
Yeah.
I don't follow you.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, you wouldn't. And he goes, no, you wouldn't. I bet you wouldn't. When somebody says they bet they wouldn't to me, oh, Miss Girl, don't play that card, because I will do it most of the time, not everything, but like, yeah, bungee jumping, maybe, but like, like you tell me, like you dare me, oh, I get so competitive, I like get fired up.
Watch me.
Yeah, I'm like, you can't dare me.
Yeah.
So then I go, fine, I will. And I get off the bus. I literally get off that bus.
Uh-huh.
And then like I take the next bus to like go like back to my house. And so he
Okay,
gets
pop off
Yeah,
queen.
he gets off. He
Yeah.
like goes to his house. And then
Okay.
we have this little back and forth where he's like, oh, look at me walking up like the street to my house. And it's like a tally-walk here. I'm like, oh yeah, well look at me on the bus by myself.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait.
I'm
So then we
dealing
keep
with
going,
kids.
going.
Holy shit.
And then he goes home and he's like, oh, look at me, like in my own room with the aircon on while you're still on the bus home. And I was like, oh yeah, look at me enjoying the scenery outside, okay?
Wow.
This is so fun. Okay, so then we get home. And honestly, like I'm annoyed. Like I am annoyed with capital A and N-O-Y-E-D. Okay?
Thank you.
Spelling. I'm
Yeah,
a spelling queen. So so I'm like annoyed and I'm like, oh, like this boy, like who does he think he is? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm standing on business. Like I respect myself, So we have this back and forth. I think at some point, I don't know what was being shared or whatever. Yeah, I really don't remember the words that we fired at each other. But basically, at some point, we stopped talking to each other. Like we just ignored each other for like the rest of a good part of the day. We ended up talking at night, but I remember like we were still like angry because he was all
Yeah.
like, why would you like it's just basically he's like, it's like your ego. And I was like, no, it's your ego. both of us have egos. Just saying. Wow, newsflash.
Oh, wow. Shocker. What a shocker.
Basically, we're both competitive, but like because it was also meant to be like the day that we're spending together in the
Yeah.
week. So I think he was annoyed that I like basically just
Ruined that.
Yeah,
lah,
ruined that,
basically.
and like just because of my own pride. But
Yeah.
I was annoyed because I was like, why are you like saying? Okay, to be fair, I think also because my conception of myself, especially at that time, was very much like you know, like I'm independent, I stand on business,
Yep.
I'm a girl boss, but not only just girl boss, but more of just like I'm a very strong, and I felt at that point in time that like the other person would listen to me. Like I don't know, that was my conception at the
Okay.
time. I can delve into that in another episode, but basically, yeah,
Yep.
my conception was like whoever I was in a relationship with, like would have been, for like a better word, like I would have been the stronger person. So
You're alpha, he beta lah.
something like that,
basically.
yeah.
Okay,
So at that
okay.
point in time, so
Yeah.
finding someone who is equally, for like a better word, alpha. Oh, I hate using that word. For like a better word, as dominant, as strong, as like, you know, has that character similar to me was
Yep.
like, like, excuse me? Since when? Like, you know.
Get
like-
out of my way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like,
there's
who
only
do you
room
think
for
you are?
one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like,
right.
who do you think you are, right?
Yeah.
So then, to me, I was very much like, but you are, you know, infringing on my right, or like basically like my character, my strength. Like, why are you
Yeah.
saying that?
Yeah.
So we both had our own. Like, I don't think there was any right or wrong, right? Okay. But
Okay.
anyways, this is just a context. Okay. So then,
I'm still
so-
struggling
so-
to see how Starbucks
Oh,
cake
you
made
wait.
is.
Okay. So then
Yep.
this happens. Okay. Then we kind of make up. We're also a bit like still upset at each other. And he's
Okay.
quite pissed because, like I said, it was our only day that like we were spending together in that week. So I
Yep.
think he was like, "Why would you blow it off just for like, you know, 10 minutes of like your own like satisfaction
Well,
and stuff?"
well, okay, carry on.
No, you tell me who's right first.
Well, you shouldn't have
Decline to
said that.
comment.
You know, like, I reserve my right. As they say in the States, my Fifth Amendment right.
Your
Yeah.
Fifth Amendment rights.
Okay, but yeah,
crazy.
but I do feel like, okay, at this point in time, from what I'm hearing,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he should have pushed it.
Yeah,
And,
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, it just sounds like two immature kids
Yeah,
having a
100%.
conversation, trying to
Yeah.
have a conversation
Yeah,
that ended
yeah.
up becoming an argument.
I mean, to be
So-
fair, both of us are quite strong-headed, and we're both also like we
Yeah.
talk. As in, we will talk. Like we will say shit to each other. You know. We don't hold
Y'all
back.
argued. That's what I would say. That's
Yeah.
the form of talk that took place. And I
Yeah.
felt like both of y'all suffered a loss that day. So really nobody won.
Yeah,
But,
honestly, that's the right way to put it.
The
But-
bigger picture is everybody lost.
Everybody lost, yeah.
Yay, we're all losers. Yeah.
Okay, so then goes up to the next day.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, okay, like to be fair, I see where he's coming from. He also apologized and stuff. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me get him like a cake and a
Aw.
drink from Starbucks because
Okay,
there's like a
that's
deal
nice.
as well.
60%, but I think. Yeah.
So then gets him the cake. I think
Yeah.
as in it's delivered to his like grabbed to his house. So
Okay.
like, not me personally delivering it.
Yeah.
Goes to his house or something. Then okay, not gonna lie, I don't really know what happened. Like all I remember is that I got pissed because number one, the cake, like okay, wait, I must also preface. This was a different me. This was a different me, an immature me.
Okay.
Number one, like he didn't receive the cake. And I remember I was pissed because I was like, I literally like told you, like
Oh.
surprised, like you know what I mean, like oh, like be ready, that sort of thing, something's coming. And then I think I don't know what he was doing, but something
Yeah.
else. So like I think like you know somebody else collected it for him instead. And I was
Okay.
like, girl, you can't even like be there when I give you something. Like what the heck? And she was like, you're not even the one personally delivering it to me. And I was like, yeah, but like I spent all this effort and time. I called the person, beep, 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 hello, please bring it to this person's house. You know what I mean? So,
And that's strike one.
yes, exactly.
Yeah,
That was number one.
okay.
Number two is that okay? So here's a Java chip frappuccino.
Yeah.
I got him like I'm pretty sure it's like a New York cheesecake or something like
Okay.
that. Basically
Wow.
a slice of cake. Still remember, yeah.
Delicious, yeah.
And then New York cheesecake. Then I think
Yeah.
he said something like, "Oh, can I pass it to my sister?" I got pissed. I got really pissed. Like I was so
Dude.
ooh.
Wow, yeah.
When I tell you, I like literally like shut my phone. I was like, "Oh, I am not talking to this boy right now."
good,
Yeah,
good,
he was
good,
like, "Oh,
yeah.
can I pass it to my sister?"
yeah.
So then ignored him. Then he was like, "What the heck? You're giving me like this, and then you're like angry at me again. Like, what's the point?"
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we had a whole. Again, ignored each other. I'm pretty sure I went to the park. I like went for a little run. I like laid down for a while. I was like, ooh, like burning off all the steam. And then I think at the night time, I think we tried to not go to bed angry, or we tried to
Good,
like resolve
good.
shit before
That's
we
good.
go to bed, right? So
Yep.
then I think we ended up talking, and then we still bring it up to this day. It's really quite funny, but basically we both had
It's
different.
funny now, lah, but at the
Yeah,
time
yeah,
it's like,
yeah. And this was because it was like quite early on in
Yeah.
like a relationship. So this was like one of the at that point in time, it was like one of the bigger ones, like bigger fight that we had.
Yes.
So I was very much like, oh my gosh, like, if you can't even do this for me, like,
What about down the road?
yeah, like what if we're like fighting like this and like da, 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 da. So I think at that point in time, a lot of like overthinking
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
my first relationship, so I also had no idea like is this normal? Like are we going to be fighting? Like
Yep.
you know what I mean?
Yep.
So but anyways, the end of the conclusion of that was that we both agreed that we both had different views of like the whole cake situation. Like for me,
Okay.
I was like, why would you give it to someone? Because I bought it specifically for
Yes,
you. But he goes,
yes.
oh, but New York cheesecake is like my sister's favorite, and like you know, like if you're if you
Okay,
got
so
that,
that's
you would
nice.
you would
Yeah.
give it to
Yeah.
them. But I mean, we both like maybe he could have not said it in that way. And to him, he also was like, oh, if I give it to my sister, it'll like paint a good light on you too. Like, oh,
Wow.
like, you know, like as a
Okay.
family, you know, offering to
Okay.
family
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. So then I was like, but
You're right, but I'm righter.
yeah, exactly.
You know, yeah.
I was like, yeah, but you should have just like accepted it first, or like tell
Yeah,
me later,
yeah,
or like,
yeah.
hey, can I share? You know, like it's like the words that you choose. Even if you give the whole cake, I wouldn't know, but at least you tell me like, oh, can I just share the cake? It's better.
Yes, then give the whole. No,
A lot
I
of you have been,
100%
yeah.
agree with you. I'm on your side. On
Oh,
this
thank you
side
so
of the
much.
story.
See?
But no, because I also feel the same way because it's not really my romantic relationships that I
Okay.
face this kind of scenario.
Okay.
It's with my parents.
Oh,
so
okay.
I buy like the last few times I bought supper for them, I bought
Yeah.
drinks for them.
Yeah.
They gave it away, and I'm like,
Or that's tough.
bruh, like I
No,
didn't
that's tough,
buy
that's
enough for
tough.
the whole village. Like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
bought it for y'all, you
Right,
know. So I
okay.
bought the first time around I bought a packet of a drink packet of 6,
Yeah.
like lemon barley or something. I put it in the fridge and I told everyone in the family. There's
Yeah.
4 other people in the house with me, so I told the 4 of them, look, y'all each get 1,
Yeah.
and after that the last one is whoever's thirsty, just go and take.
Yeah.
My relatives came over for dinner with my parents. I wasn't
Yeah.
in at the moment, I was working.
Yeah.
And they took like 2 of the packets to pass to them. Which like, yes, I guess it's nice, okay, but I bought it for you.
Right,
So,
right. So you're a bit like,
I didn't buy enough for them, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if you take it away from the packet of 6 that I bought, that means somebody in the family is not gonna be getting one
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
And it's like that kind of defeats the purpose of buying for y'all.
right,
And
right.
then
You
the
feel a
second-
little bit like betrayed almost.
Yeah,
It's like, I bought
yeah.
it for you guys, and it's
Exactly,
like, oh, you know,
exactly.
yeah.
And then the second time round is like, I bought supper for them, and I buy like char kway teow, I buy black ball or
It fell.
yeah. Oh,
It
okay.
actually fell.
What fell?
The flag. Oh no, it's
Oh,
still there. Okay. I
okay.
thought it like completely dropped. I was like, oh, happy National Day. Okay, anyways.
Okay, intermission back.
Yes.
So yeah, I buy supper for them, and then it's like char kway teow and like black ball or something like it's a dessert, right?
Okay.
And there's like 5 different balls inside the dessert.
tangyuan,
Yeah, tangyuan, correct,
Okay.
that's the word. So my mom, I know my mom can only eat like half, but instead of keeping the next half for tomorrow,
Okay.
she says like, hey, maybe I should give the helper, give to
Yeah.
my papa. And I'm like, I kind of want to say, like if I say no, that's like me being
It's
a bad
not-
son,
yeah,
or
yeah,
me
yeah.
being a bad person in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
But then in my head, I'm like, but I bought it for you, you know? And
Right. But I mean, at least they have good intentions.
they do,
right?
but it's like it's not Christmas. You don't have to be Santa Claus, you know. You don't have to be giving out gifts to everybody.
I think it's
you
more
know?
of just like we want to feel like grateful or appreciated for like
yeah. And,
getting something for somebody else.
yeah, and they do say thank you and whatnot. It's not like they don't. But to me, it's like I would much rather like you keep this gift for yourself,
Okay.
and
yeah.
like if you intend on giving it to someone else, maybe run it by me first and understand my
Okay.
intentions,
Right.
and then after that learn to appreciate or show appreciation for the intentions
Okay.
first.
Then
Before
you give
giving
it.
it to others. So I wholeheartedly agree with you
Yeah.
on the Starbucks cake.
But to be fair, I think
situation.
like overall, it was just like a not really miscom, or we just had like different.
Oh no,
views
the
or, like,
communication
figure out-
sucked.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like,
okay,
that I'm
100%.
gonna you suck, he sucked. Both.
No, I think we both, yeah,
equally,
but also
yeah.
both of us figured out obviously like how to communicate like better, or at least like figure out like, okay, like this is what I feel, this is what you feel,
Yes,
rather than
yeah.
both of us being like, oh, we're right, like all
Yeah.
the time, right? I think also just the cake was also just like it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, like it's really not. I mean, my intention is to do it, and like I do it, and that's all. Would love to be appreciated, but at least I did what I wanted to do, at least in terms of good intentions,
Yeah.
quote unquote. So, yeah, but that was, I think, one of the more memorable couple fights that I've had. Have you had
Have
any?
I had any? I've had a lot of petty fights back in my day.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a lot of petty fights back in my day, but
Anything like dramatic? Or
anything dramatic. Okay, no. Now that I say that, the very first relationship that I had, the very first ex, it was like puppy love. But it was quite funny because we didn't get, I didn't get into an argument with her. I got into an argument with her mum. So, shocker.
No, yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you more. So, paint the scene. This is in secondary 4. And it was the day before she was going to bring me to Universal Studios Singapore.
Okay.
And we were discussing like what's the situation for coming back home, right? Okay. So she said that she wanted her mom to pick her up and then like take the car all the way back to her place. But I was like, no, like why not we take the MRT together so that one, we don't have to trouble your mom to come all the way down to Sentosa Cove or wherever, Resorts World Sentosa.
Yeah.
Two, wouldn't it be awkward for your mom to be in the car and then just the two, and not just the two of us? So why not we take the MRT so that it can just be the two of us? We can have more quality time together.
Okay.
Free from judgment, basically, from the family. So these 2 points I thought were hella solid. I told her, but she insisted on taking the car. And I think when she realized she wasn't getting her way, she phoned her mom. So she phoned up her
It's
mom.
giving Who Wants to Be a Millionaire lifeline.
Yeah. Let me call a friend.
Yeah, call a friend.
For help. Yeah, okay. So she calls up her mom.
Okay.
And she talks to her mom, tells her about the situation. And at this point in time, like, I don't think I was looking at her doing it. I think I was just doing my own things.
Okay.
And then next thing I knew, she goes, my mom wants to speak to you. And I'm like,
Those are
why?
not words you want to
yeah,
hear.
like why? You know,
Okay,
like, am I in trouble for something? So I take the phone, I put it to my ear, and immediately the mom goes like, how dare you call it an inconvenience for me to pick up my own daughter? And I'm like, keep in mind, I'm 16 at the time. First relationship, first time I'm dealing with parents who are this angry. And I'm like, sorry, auntie, I just thought we could have time to be together. I don't remember what I said. I think I was like in shock. Basically nothing running through my head at the time. And then I was like, okay, no worries. We'll see you tomorrow then.
Okay.
Then I passed the phone back to her. And in my head, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, first things first, your mom is strong. Second thing second, like, why would you call your mom, just to win the argument?
Yeah.
And then, okay, so...
It's a trump card,
Yeah, ultimate, like, up, you lose.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so fast forward to the next day, we go to USS, we have a great time.
Yeah.
End of the day, this is where things get spicy. She
Pause.
says,
Have you met the parents before?
I have.
Okay.
I met the mom, I met the dad. Both are equally strong-headed figures.
Okay.
Have high positions in their company, and naturally just very strong characters, and it shows. But the mom is really quite overprotective, especially at the time.
Okay.
So I had to deal. It was akin to like dating the mom instead of dating her, because everything that she chose with her mom in mind. With her mom's opinion in mind.
Perspective. Yeah.
So that was tough. But anyway, that's for another day. So fast forward to the day of USS. We have a great time. Come evening, we're talking and whatnot, and then she breaks out this line. I'm glad you had a good time today, because I think this is the last day that we should spend together.
No.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. So I'm like, can you imagine the mental warfare going inside my head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm having the time of my life, and then you hit me with this line, and now I'm going from peak to now the trial to the ultimate abyss of
Dude, this is like a
emotions.
movie scene,
Right? Scene.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so
like, okay,
anyway.
cut the cameras. Like, please.
Cut. Okay.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, so now
my
I'm
gosh,
facing
okay.
with like imminent heartbreak, imminent breakup. And then after that, we go through it. We're like, oh, why do you want to break up with me? Why was I not enough? Did I not do enough? Blah blah blah. We go back and forth, and then we eventually settled on breaking up. And the most screwed up thing is that she broke up with me. Like, she said goodbye at the foot of the escalator, of like a level 2 escalator at Vivo City. Okay. And keep in mind the way that Vivo City, just to paint a picture for like, because I know some of our international viewers also view this episode, but Vivo City as a mall, it has winding staircases that go down, like they connect to one another, right?
Okay.
So it's like one entire column of people just going down escalators, and you decide to break up with me like at the middle of that column. So
Wow, maybe it's a metaphor. I don't know.
oh maybe but like screwed up lah. All I can remember is like I can't even cry because I can't show any emotion in front of that many people. It's public. It's so public. So she lets go of my hand there, and I thought she was like just going off to shop on her own.
Okay.
She goes towards this billboard, and at the billboard I see her mum. Her mum is standing there
Oh my
smiling.
gosh.
Okay. So I'm witnessing like, and now all the dots start to connect. It's like, oh, that's why you want to ride your mom's car to go back home and not spend time with me because you had this coming all along.
Tough. So she already knew she wanted to
Yes,
break up
like the
with
day
you.
before we went to USS.
Oh,
And then she was just
Wait,
planning
she still
her.
went to wait, she still went to USS with you?
She
Oh
was
my
planning her.
gosh.
She was having her exit plan all planned out,
end on
and
a
she
high or
did want
something.
to end on a high, which is why USS was a thing. But yeah, so that and I was left like just mentally destroyed lah. Went down the escalator,
100%,
took like an
yeah.
hour ride back home on the train in public, and it was just like a whole lot that I had to deal with internally.
crazy. Yeah, I
but
can
nothing
imagine.
could come out because I was in public.
Right.
But yeah, so in terms of arguments, that's probably the most memorable one yet, and it's
my
not even with a
gosh.
partner. Yeah.
That's like a movie scene.
yeah.
Like wow.
Coming
like,
to you live in theaters
yeah.
2025.
MediaCorp sign him, man. Like, holy crap. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, but okay. Thankfully, we are in better place.
Definitely in better places,
Better places now. We
Yeah.
have learned how to manage. Okay, I have learned. No, on my side, we have learned how to manage.
Compared to me, bro, strawberry cake, like Starbucks cake. Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
That's we have different
Yeah.
things that we prioritize. No, okay, but hopefully we both managed to learn how to manage our emotions or figure out how to
Yeah.
communicate. So
Yeah.
I do think fighting is not like as in like it happens. Like I think it
Yes.
was something that I also had to come to terms with in a sense because every time we fought or like if there was something I'd be like, oh my gosh, like should we break up? Like what the heck? Like like why are we like getting angry? But I realized like that's just a natural part of like anybody who loves the other person. You go through shit and
Correct.
like, you end up fighting anyways.
But I do feel like in what I'm taking away now of what I've learned from the past relationships, and especially what I'm grateful for in the current relationship that I'm in, is one, you never go to bed angry. That's a great line to have at the back
Yeah.
of your head. And two, you always try to communicate how you're feeling. So
Yeah.
no matter how intense your emotions are, if you need some time to get some space, like what you did, to put your phone away so that you don't say
Yeah,
something that
yeah.
you regret, that's important. But if you have the capacity to talk it out, you should try to do so. You should try to like deliver your feelings out in a way that can be reciprocated. That's not personal and that's objective about the situation. Because end of the day, it's not me versus you.
Yeah.
It's us versus the matter.
problem. Yeah.
The problem at hand. So
Correct,
I think that's a good mindset to have going into the relationship. And to never play trump cards like pulling the mother card, pulling the father card.
That's true,
that's
that's
a big
true.
no-no.
Yeah, let's not do that,
Yeah,
right?
let's not.
And I think also like especially for all my anxious girlies out there, like I think also just knowing that like when you fight it's really not like it's about like what you say, it's about you guys together versus the problem rather than like
Yep.
like is it me versus against the other person?
Yeah.
Some situations obviously, but most of the time it's really just like you don't just give up. You know what I mean? Like when you reach a fight, it doesn't mean that it's end of the world or like you just
Oh,
give
yeah,
up immediately
100%.
or you're just like like we can't be together. This is like the end of like this is it for us. Like no, it's just a matter of how you guys walk through it. You'll find that maybe you both have to walk separately. Then okay, or you find that you can walk through it, or you find that actually you both struggle and it's a shit show, and that's fine as well. But at least you try. I think that's the
Yes.
main
We
part of
should
it.
always try. I do think that breakup should be the last resort, the last option.
Yeah.
But with that said, this is definitely not going to be the last video that you watch because we are releasing an episode every Wednesday at 7 p.m. on our YouTube channel at tifupod squad. So be
Yes.
sure to check us out there. If you like what you saw, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Watch all our other videos. at tifupod squad. But where else can they find us?
You can also find us on Instagram because yes, we do have an Instagram account at tifupod squad as well. So we post our episode releases, we post stories where you can just yap back to us about certain episodes, or you can also just let us know by DMing us about what you think about the current episodes or fresh ideas or what you guys want to see us yap about as well.
But let us know also in the comments down below what is what has been your biggest couple fight. We want to hear all about it. But till next time, maybe you guys can take it from us. Bye.
Boys.
Oh, that was a good episode.